everyone. There we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Oh, welcome. It is the official kickoff to our 21-day journey together. Manifest with Jess. I feel like every time I say that, I do my little jazz hands because that is the feeling that I feel when I talk about this 21-day group. This is the vibe. We are going to create magic together over the next 21 days. And it starts today. It starts today. Hey, Jane, I'm so glad you made it. Hello to anyone that is hopping on live. And for anyone that is not watching live, hey, Tracy, you can just hashtag replay in the comment section. And at any time, good morning, Sharon. At any time, anybody who's watching, whether live or the replay, has any questions, you are more than welcome to post them in the comment section, and I will respond, whether it's live or when I hop back on to respond by typing. I will get to you. Hey, Jen, top of the morning to you. Yeah, so as I was saying, this is a 21-day group that where we really are going to create magic. We're going to learn how to create what we desire by manifesting it. And, you know, I've spent a lot of years in the manifestation game, a lot of years. I'm 41 now, but I remember being like 6 years old and my mom and dad teaching me about manifestation. And in fact, watching my parents use manifestation to create a lot of different opportunities and physical resources, money, and abundance, like trips, business opportunities, all sorts of stuff. So I have this in my DNA. Hey, Jay. Hey, Danielle. It really is a part of who I am, and it's a part of my programming as well, which I'm very lucky because the truth of the truth is that you are manifesting all the time. So we don't need to necessarily learn how to manifest. You just need to learn how to manifest more of what you want and less of what you don't want, because you really are manifesting everything always. The universe is always responding to your frequency. It's always responding to who you are being through your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. That's like the trifecta of manifesting your reality. Your thoughts, your internal dialogue, your beliefs, programmed beliefs even, your feelings, okay, so your emotional state, as well as the action that you take, what you do. The universe responds to that trifecta by proving that you're right. Okay, that's the best way I can say it. The universe is always proving you right, so that if you think that you are the most amazing human being and deserve all the wonderful experiences that you could ever desire, then the universe is going to say, okay, here you go. Yes, you're right. If you think you have to work really hard in order to achieve what you want, then the universe is going to say, yes, it's, sure, yes, you're right. Okay. And what's really important here is, and I think where a lot of people fall down is they approach manifesting their desires just mentally through affirmations or through scripting or just trying to change their thoughts or have positive thoughts or happy thoughts. But if they're not addressing each of the points of the trifecta, if they're not addressing their thoughts, their feelings, and their actions and aligning those three things, then they're not going to manifest what they want very easily, or they will manifest it and then they'll lose it. Okay. And so this is what we're going to do in this 21-day workshop group. We're going to address all three of those things. We're going to address the mindset, we're going to address your feelings, and we're going to address the action taking piece. And I'm going to do that through all of my workshops that I've pre-planned, as well as coming on live whenever I feel like it, to inspire you. And also I'll be on daily to answer your questions as well. My one request here, guys, is that you do not private message me with your questions. Please keep it within the context of the group. because I would like for everyone to learn from your questions. Okay. And we really are going to feed off each other here in this group. So let's keep everything on public display. Let's trust that this private group will not be, personal details will not be shared. Let's really trust each other. And if you have questions, you can post them on the wall. Okay. So today we're going to address probably the most important part of manifesting your desires, and that is being clear on what they actually are. Because, as I said before, you are always manifesting everything, and you always have been. Okay, always. And the reason why you're not getting really what you want is because you're not clear on it. So you're manifesting everything, but if you're not like intentionally doing it, by knowing what you want and intentionally creating that, then you're going to manifest from a subconscious place. You're going to manifest from a pre-programmed place. And oftentimes we are programmed subconsciously with very limiting beliefs. So that's the reason why you're not always getting what you want, because you're not focusing on doing it. You're not focusing on what you want, essentially. So the clarity piece is absolutely key. And I would even argue that being clear on what you want is like 80% of manifesting, maybe more, maybe even more. Okay. And so we are going to do that today. I hope everyone has some paper and a pen. You can type as well, but I really would encourage you to use paper and pen because there's an energetic connection between your brain and your subconscious that happens when you actually physically write, when you engage the mind and body together. Okay, it's more potent. So we are going to do some journaling today to get clear on what you want. Is anyone pop in the comments if any of you are struggling with knowing what it is exactly that you want, or if like you think you know and you're ready to go, or is there any like doubt or feelings of like being unclear about that? You type, I'll drink my coffee. Ashley, I think I'm too vague. Yeah, a lot of people think that. A lot of modalities that teach manifestation say that you have to write lists that are specific. Like I used to do this too. Like I've manifested a lot of relationships intentionally. And I remember like making a list of my ideal partner and writing down like every detail. He has this color eyes and he wears these types of clothes and he makes this amount of money and he does this job. Like remember taking that approach a lot and getting some results, but attracting people that I thought were good for me, but weren't actually in alignment with my heart, weren't actually in alignment with my purpose. They were like, I was attracting people that I was programmed to want. Okay. So actually, when you get so specific like that, it can be limiting. So you don't need to be specific so much. And I'm going to show you what you do need, and that will make sense to you, but you don't need to be so specific. Okay. Like being vague is not a bad thing when it comes to manifestation. What matters most when it comes to manifestation really is focusing on the feeling that you want. So in that case, it can be vague. And again, we're going to go through that when we do our exercise. So you'll see that it all makes sense. Jay, you want a lot of different things all at the same time. Well, we just had our reading and that's completely in alignment with your life purpose. So actually, Jason, because it's in alignment with your life purpose to be an innovator and to have like a lot of ideas and to want a lot of things at the same time, because that's in alignment with your purpose, you can manifest very easily a lot of things at the same time. Okay. You can even want opposing things and it will work just fine for you. Okay. If any of you have had a reading with me where I identified your life purpose, your gifts, your strategy for living your life, then anything that you manifest that's in alignment with that energy is going to come so fast and easy for you. Okay. Sylvia, you have no idea what you want. You are going to know by the end of this workshop. You will know. And the first bit of it too, guys, like and this is true for manifesting and really anything in your life where you feel like you don't know. Like if you're the type of person where someone asks you what you want, or someone asks you what the problem is, or or you feel like you need to take action, but you tell yourself you don't know what. Like if you're the type of person that says, I don't know a lot, just shift that by saying, I do know. Or you could shift that by saying, if I did know, what would it be? If I did know, what would it be? Okay. So let's say you want to book a vacation and you're like, I just don't know where I want to go. Reframe that right away to say, if I did know, what would I pick? It'll come to you. Okay. Oftentimes, the reason why you're saying you don't know is because you don't feel worthy of having what you really want. You've been programmed to think that you can't have what you want, that you need permission to have what you want. But you always know because your soul always knows. Your higher self always knows. So you do actually know. It's just that you're not permitting yourself to receive it. There's a block there that's permitting yourself from feeling worthy to have it. So approach it instead with, if I did know, this is what it would be. And then for the manifestation piece, Sylvia, we're going to go through an exercise where you literally will write it out and you will see exactly what it is that you want. But just in a general way, if you find yourself saying, I don't know a lot, flip that into, if I did know, this is what it would be. Because the truth is, too, guys, in our life, like, what matters most is you just pick. And that's true for manifestation as well. What matters more than anything is you just pick something. Just pick something and move on it. That's what matters, okay? And that's how, like, billionaires are made. You know, literally. People who are ultra successful are definitive. They pick quickly and then they pivot whenever they need to. They don't waffle. They don't overthink things. They make decisions. They're decisive. And then they change their mind whenever they feel they need to, right? It's the indecision that really stifles you from doing anything in life. Okay, let me just go some more comments. So, and that's the thing too, guys, like you'll see what you want today, but don't be afraid to shift that as time goes on too. And you'll notice too with manifestation, like you'll probably play it small the first time. You'll probably write down things that you think you can reasonably have, right? But as you see that how this process works, you're very quickly going to start to dream bigger because you know it works. Okay, you'll catch that vibe. Chloe, you doubt that you can have what you want. Absolutely. So here's the thing. If you doubt that you can have what you want, just put aside your doubt as an experiment for the next 21 days. Just put aside the doubt and let the universe prove to you that you can have what you want. Let it show you. Let it prove it to you. Okay? Tracy, trying to learn what I want, like really want, is hard. However, I finally know what I don't want. Does that help? Yes, absolutely. Knowing what you don't want is really great, actually, as long as you're not focusing on that all of the time, and instead you're using the knowledge of what you don't want as a tool to identify what you do want. So there's a difference there. You can know what you don't want and keep focusing on what you don't want and ruminating over what you don't want, and you will continue to create more of what you don't want and just be looped into a cycle of frustration. Or you can just use what you don't want, the knowledge of what you don't want, as data. Don't get emotionally attached to it. Just use it as data. And then write down everything you don't want, and beside it, write the opposite. And there you go. You'll know what you want. But even then, that's a good exercise to do in general. But for manifestation, we're going to take it a couple of steps further, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. But that's a good place to start, is knowing what you don't want and using that as data to write the opposite. And then you'll get a clear idea of what you do want, okay? Jen, remembering that old patterns of thinking take practice to reprogram. What if they didn't take practice? What if they could happen? What if you could reprogram your mindset in an instant? What if that could happen spontaneously? What if it was easy? What if it didn't take practice? What if it wasn't work? What if it wasn't hard? Okay. So even just by thinking that it takes work to pre-program your mind, the universe is going to prove that right. Okay. So instead, when you think about reprogramming your mind, tell yourself it's easy to do, and then it will be easy to do. Okay. Good. I think I've got everyone. So we're going to move into our journaling exercise, and I'm going to show you exactly how to clarify what it is that you truly want, not what you've been programmed to want, not what you think you can have, not what you've been told you should want or can have, but what your heart desires. Because when we connect with our heart's desires, we're really connecting with our intuition. We're connecting with our higher self, okay? Speaks through our heart's desires, okay? And again, when you manifest what your heart is desiring, it comes quickly and easily because it's in alignment with your life purpose, or else you wouldn't desire it. Okay? So, does everyone have their paper and pen? Let me know when you're ready to get started. I'll give everyone a second in case you forgot to get it. Go get it, bring it back. Ready? Awesome. Ready? Good girl. Good girls. Sorry. I have a 5-year-old. I'm just like used to saying that. Good girl. Jane, I'll just address your question while everyone's getting their stuff. Jane, you're saying that you feel like your desires are too grand. Like what you want is too expensive, too fancy, costs too much, is too far away. Um, well, that's just not true. I mean, just it's just not fucking true. But over the next 3 weeks, Jane, you are going to learn how to flip that. Okay. Like you're going to learn all about that. So we're not going to get too much into that in today's workshop because the first fundamental building block of manifesting is the clarity piece. So we'll focus on that today, but just trust that over the course of the next 3 weeks, that is no longer going to be a block for you. It just won't be a block for you. Okay. Like this 21 days is going to blow your guys' mind. You will shift. Okay. You are going to have success with this during the 21-day period. Trust the process. I will guide you. I have everything, lined up. These are things that I personally do and have great success with. You will see results. Absolutely. And my excitement for this comes more from being able to see you guys get results than anything else. Because it's about time that you guys get what you want. Okay, so let's do this. We've got our pen and paper and coffee. And so I want you to write a list, and I'll give you like 3 or 4 minutes, okay, to write a list of everything that you think you want. And this can be big, small. Don't overthink it. Just brain dump everything you think you want. What money do you want? What kind of car do you want? What do you want? Good health? Do you want a relationship? Whatever it is, it doesn't need to be even specific. It doesn't need to be detailed. Just dump it all down. Okay? Whatever it is that you want. I'm going to do it too. Fuck it. I'll do it too. Don't get overwhelmed here and think like, oh, I got to really nail this. You don't. Just get it down on paper, whatever comes to mind right now. If there were no rules, if you had a genie in a bottle, what would you ask for? And not just 3 wishes, but unlimited. What would you ask for if there were no rules? Okay, what would you ask for? have a couple more minutes. Nothing is too crazy. Anything. I just wrote down I want my own talk show. I've never even thought of that before. Jenny Jones. Anything, just anything. Write it down. Ooh, yes. Jason, you can absolutely write down that you want your own spaceship to explore the galaxies. Absolutely, write it down. It literally, guys, I want you to be impractical here. Write down anything. Like some things that I wrote was a hot yoga room in my house, a trip to the Andes River, season tickets to the Met, a Jaguar and a driver. Okay. A private jet. Best friends with my co-parent. So these, like, I have things down here that would seem crazy. Okay, so write down things even if they seem crazy. And then I want you actually, if you can, share a couple of them. Like, what are your craziest desires that you've written down that you really think are just crazy? Like what I just said, like that your mind tells you that's crazy. Write a couple down. I want you to own them here. So write them down. Where no one's going to make fun of you. We're all in this together. Yes, Chloe. Write a book. Chloe, that's not crazy. That's not crazy. And you know, in our coaching session this morning, we talked about education. Take a writing course. Take a writing course. You can absolutely do that, Chloe. Absolutely. What else? Who's claiming their desires? Who else? Hmm. Like Chloe, you can even go on YouTube and type in how to write a book and find lessons on that for free. Okay. Jane, you live in leggings, but you want a walk-in closet full of different looks, accessories, shoes. Yes, that makes total sense for you, Jane, whose purpose is to self-express. And your clothing is a form of self-expression, right? So really what you want is to be free to self-express, right? That's really what you want. Danielle, a new home, lots of land surrounded by nature. That is 100% of your purpose as well. So much in alignment. Like you guys, yeah, Jane, definitely talk to Chloe about books. Chloe, Jane Herge is a writer. Okay. Hook up with each other. Um, I should start a chat, like an in-group chat, so you guys can connect by chat. Own your own business, absolutely possible. And what's kind of funny to me, fun to read, is that what you guys are saying are your craziest desires are things that I've read you and I know what your purpose is, and they are right in alignment with your purpose. They are absolutely available to you. They are not crazy. They are not crazy. Okay. Sharon, same with you. You want an RV to travel across Canada and the US? That is absolutely available to you. And in fact, I think that years ago when I read you, we talked about you traveling a lot. So you could absolutely do that. Tracy, I wrote a private jet as well. You know, Tracy, you can absolutely have all of these things. All of these things. Absolutely, you can have all of these things. Excellent. Bring your husband back from the dead. Well, you can do that, Sylvia. Did you attend my workshop for connecting with your past loved ones in spirit? Because if you did, you will have a different perspective on that. Okay. Good. Excellent. Okay. So now that we have an idea of all the things that we want, even though they feel outlandish, we're not going to stop there. A lot of people stop there. A lot of people will then look at their list and then start writing a lot of details about it. So I said um, a Jaguar and a driver. So then normally the more traditional way of manifesting would be, well, now let me write what color of Jaguar, and let me write what year it is, and let me write about what my driver looks like, and all of that, right? Normally that would be the approach, and it just, I've found, is not really fruitful. It doesn't actually help. Knowing the details, the minute details of what you want, is actually limiting because you're trying to control how your desire comes about. It's like not the way the universe works. The universe wants to provide. It doesn't need you to tell it all the details, okay? So let's take this a step further. Yes, definitely a hot driver, Jane. I thought that was just like a given. So let's take it a next step further. I want you to write beside, if you can, on your page, write another, like parcel out your page so there's another column beside, or you can start a new page. And I want you to pick as many, if you got like a long list like me, like I've got like 20 things here, you might want to just, for this exercise and this workshop as we're together, pick 5 or 10 out of the 20. If you have a shorter list, you can do this next bit with all of it. But beside each desire, I want you to write how you would feel if you had it. If it was already yours, how would you feel? How would it make you feel? Dig in here, okay? It may not come easily. Dig in. You may have to imagine yourself, visualize yourself having that thing, and then write down how you're feeling. Okay? And be prepared that a lot of the things are going to evoke the same feeling. And that's okay. There's no rules about this. Just connect with the feeling of having it already. If you had it already, how would you feel? How would you feel? So go, I'll give you 10 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes to do that. I'll do it too. Try to go deep with it too. Like instead of just writing happy, like why? Why would you be happy? Like what? That's a little bit surface. Dig a little deeper. If you're feeling stumped, write down in the comment section what it is that you want, and I will help to decode it for you. So I know you guys are writing. I'm just going to share some examples from my own list because you're probably wondering if you're doing it right. So for example, I wrote that I want $4 million in cash. So the feeling I would have if I had that $4 million in cash would be that I would feel secure and I would feel expansive. Okay. Um, if I wrote that I wanted my own talk show, how would I feel if I had my own talk show? I would feel seen. I would feel heard. I would feel valued. Okay. If I had a private jet, I would feel free. I would feel free to explore. Okay. If I had a sauna, which was my list, if I had a sauna, I would feel at ease in my body. Okay? So those are some examples of what I've written. Oh man. Chloe, look at you owning your desire, and people are already jumping in to help you with it. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. How would you feel? Let me know when you're finished, and also let me know if you're having if you'd like me to help you with it. You know, if you're wondering if you're doing it right or you want to take it deeper, you're having a hard time accessing the feeling, just write down the desire and I will help you with that. Sylvia, you want to get out of your head to stop worrying about everything. I love this desire for you, Sylvia, a worthy desire. So, what you want is to feel at peace. You want to feel secure and at peace. Secure and at peace. That's what you're really wanting. This is great work, guys. I'm really, really feeling all the pride. Anyone else want some help with clarifying what it is that they desire or what it is that they would feel if they had their desire? Very good, Jane. You'd feel proud, you'd feel at peace, strong. And when you say, Jane, that then you could go have even more fun, what I hear, what I see is free to express. Free to express. That's a big one for you, Jane. That's your life purpose, is to express, right? Regardless of what comes out, to express. And your soul's really helping you to clarify that. That's really lovely to see. Mm-hmm. Also, when it comes to money and owing money, I always look at owing money as like meaning that I have the money to pay it or that I will have the money to pay it. If someone charges me for something, if I get a bill, if I have debt like a mortgage or whatever, I always think, oh, wonderful. That means I have it. That means I have it. I would never get that otherwise. I would never owe it if I didn't already have it, or I will very soon have it to pay it. So that actually means that you're even more abundant. Okay? Even more abundant. And when it comes to money, money's a flow in and out. Okay? So the more you spend, the more you get. So you want to look at your debt as being an indicator of your abundance. For real. Jane, you say that you have free beside all of yours. Yeah. You want to get free. Yeah. That's great. And you guys may find, as I have, whenever I do this exercise, that I tend to write the same feelings come up again and again. The same feelings come up again and again. Let me know, drop a comment when you guys are finished, because I don't want to rush through and I should probably stop talking to let you focus. Ash, if your stuff is all frivolous and fun, that's also in alignment with your life purpose, girl. We've talked about that a lot. And allowing yourself to open up to be more frivolous and have more fun without guilt or shame about it is really aligning with your purpose. Okay. So Jen Farr Mills, you would feel fantastic. So what I want you to do is take that even deeper, Jen. What does it mean to feel fantastic? Okay. It seems to me like you're wanting security, because you're wanting security by being able to do what you love and get paid for it. And then you're also wanting other people to feel secure as well, right? Also, you're saying that gifting women going through cancer with spa treatments, trips, etc., you want to feel nurtured. You want to feel nurtured. You want to feel valued. Okay? That's what's underneath feeling fantastic. Nat, at peace, heard, free, and secure. Yes, yes, very good, very good. Anyone else want to share? So Jen, just to cycle back to you, you said you want to feel fantastic. And the reason why I want you to take it deeper than just feeling fantastic or feeling happy is because feeling fantastic and feeling happy are not sustainable feelings. As humans, we're going to feel all sorts of ways. So you want to take it deeper. You want to feel secure so that no matter what's happening, no matter how else you're feeling, whether you're having a bad day or a good day, you underneath it all feel secure, right? You want to help women who are dealing with pretty severe illnesses to have nice things happen to them. But what about when they're having a bad day, right? So what you're really wanting is not that superficial feeling of joy and feeling fantastic and happy, but you really want them to feel secure, to feel nurtured, to feel taken care of, right? That's what's underneath it. And those feelings are sustainable. Feeling secure and safe and free to express, they are sustainable feelings. Feeling happy is not sustainable, and we should never expect to always feel happy. That is a recipe for gloom. Good, yes. Chloe, I love that. Tracy, wonderful, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Like you guys have come a long way already in that. So I want you to look back over your list now, and I want you to just look for commonalities. So look for a pattern and maybe write down your top 3 feelings. So look and see where you have repeating feelings. For me, there's a lot about feeling secure, feeling valued. So I'll write that, and feeling free to express. So write down the top 3. And listen, I'm asking you to write down the top 3 just for this workshop for time. You can go back and do this all with everything. You can add to your list. You can do the list over again. Okay, I'm just teaching you the method here. You practice with it outside of this as well. Well done, Sharon. Yeah. Jane, you say that you've identified the feelings you want, and then you can see how the activities that you wrote down, the what that you want initially, feeds into those feelings. And that is the key. Okay, that is the key. It doesn't really matter what. Guys, wanting $4 million, wanting a Jaguar with a driver, wanting a hot yoga room in my basement, that doesn't really matter actually. Those are changeable, and I want the freedom to change my mind about what I want as well. So if I don't want a hot yoga room anymore, I want something more or different, I want to feel free to change that. So it's not even about the what. The key here, and the key to manifesting, the key to having clarity and drawing it in and magnetizing it in, is focusing on how you want to feel. How you want to feel. When you know how you want to feel and you focus on manifesting the feeling, then you may not get what's on your list of things that you want. You may get fucking more. You probably will. You will get more. Right? When you focus on manifesting the feeling that you want, then you're opening the gates for the universe to bring you whatever it can that will help you to feel that feeling. So you will get things that you didn't even think of. You will get more than what you said you wanted. More resources, more money, more opportunities that you did not think of if you focus on manifesting the feeling. Okay, so when we ask, what do you want to manifest? The answer is the feelings that you wrote down. And the top 3 feelings that you wrote down are your truest heart's desires. They are what your soul is calling for, not your brain, not what you think you want. What you think you want, what you've been told you want, what you told was possible for you is probably on the first column of what you want. But what your soul is driving you for, what's part of your purpose, and what will come more easily for you because it's in alignment with your purpose, are the feelings that you want to manifest. Okay? So focusing on manifesting the feelings is what's going to bring in not only what you think you want, but more. more. From all sorts of places you never even considered. Okay? So that's what we're going to be doing over the next week. Let me see my calendar. So our next workshop is on Friday. And we're going to be diving deeper into this. But from now until then, I want you to work on this list more. Okay, do more work on it when you're quiet, because when we're doing it together, you're trying to keep up with the instructions and figure this out. This list is good. You can keep this, but I want you to dive even deeper into it. Okay, whether you do it again or add to it. And then I want you to start to think about, shift your perspective that when you're thinking about what you want to manifest, you're really focusing on the feelings. That's the first shift here. That's where the clarity piece comes in. So, when you're talking about that you're doing this with other people, like, oh, I'm doing this manifestation thing, and they'll say, "Oh, what are you gonna manifest?" Then you will say the feelings, okay? I want you to get on board with that. You don't actually want these things. You don't actually want money. You don't actually want the Jaguar. You don't actually want the trip to Egypt. You don't want to live in Spain. You don't want a hot guy to eat carbs with. Those things you actually don't want. What you want is the feeling you would have if you had those things. That's what your soul really wants. That's what the true essence of you really wants. So that's the first switch we're going to flip in the course of this 21-day period. Does anyone have any questions? We're going to take this further, okay? We're not going to stop here. Today we're going to stop here, and we'll let other people that aren't here in the live catch up with us. And I want you to work on the list, submit your questions in the group. So if you want to write down some of the things that you wrote down and want me to have a look at it for you and validate it for you, absolutely feel free to do that. I'm very happy to help you, even just have my eyes on it, okay? And knowing you as I do and being your psychic, I can really help to give you insight there. So work on that. I'm here. I'm going to be checking in every day to look at your questions and answer them. And no question is stupid. I want you to feel so supported here that you can actually make this happen and work for you over the next 3 weeks. I believe that you can. And I just don't want any of you independent people, so I'm looking at you, some of you, that think, that don't always ask for help. Don't hold back. In this group, you are safe. There is no stupid question. I want you to have clarity. I want you to understand these lessons so that you can actually have what you fucking want. Okay? Does anyone have any questions? Yes. Yeah. Jen, you're going to rewatch this? Yeah, rewatch it, man. And do the exercise, as many times as you want. It's not a bad idea to do it every day. Like in the morning, you could just whip up a list, even just what you're feeling that day. What do you want? It doesn't you don't have to whip up the list like thinking in the bigger picture. You can have that. That's good to know and you want that. But you can also do this on a smaller scale and just do it on a daily. What do you want today? And then write down the feelings that you would have if you had those things. Okay? Just getting clarity, as I said at the beginning, just getting clarity on what you really want is the lion's share of drawing it in. In fact, you just doing this exercise, your reality is going to start to shift to present these things to you, to bring opportunities to you, to feel this way. And Jane, when you said you feel great now, it's because you clarified what you want, which is freedom of expression. So you're feeling free because the universe responds to whatever you are thinking, feeling, and doing. So just knowing what you want is going to start the process of manifesting it. And then we are going to take this much deeper over the next few weeks. Again, ask your questions. Tracy, yes, I will open up a group chat when I'm closed down the live. I'll go ahead and open up a group chat that you guys can join so you can talk to each other. But please feel free to post on the wall as well if you want me to see it. And if you want me to see a post that you post, if you don't mind just tagging me so that I don't miss it, okay? Excellent. I feel so great about the work we did today. You are so welcome, you guys. Simple process with big results. And I want you guys to have an amazing day. Go off into this beautiful reality that you are creating, knowing that you are creating with it. And not only that, but you're supported to create. You're supported to have what you really want. You're welcome. Bye, guys.